Alright, hello everyone. This is Kizar Hyde, the CTO of RigBasket, and today I'll just do a simple walkthrough of our inventory diagnostic app, which you'll actually see provides a route to finding your bottlenecks in your processes. So without further ado, let's get started. It's a pretty straightforward process. So once you log into our website, rigbasket.com, you'll see the free inventory diagnostic app up here. So let's go and click there. And I apologize, my internet is a little bit slow today, so the loading might take a little bit of time. So here is just a snapshot of what you'll see. How well are you managing your inventory? Your inventory is directly related to cash on hand, and identify ways of improving it to improve profits. Pretty standard information for people who understand the value of inventory. And this is a video just to show how to upload your data. It's pretty straightforward. Choose file. I have a file under app 1. It's called test2.csv. Let's try that one. So upload complete. You don't really have to play with any of these parameters. Incorporate external information. And here, make sure you choose the appropriate column. If you have multiple columns, if the wrong one is selected, then this information will not accurately reflect your inventory. So just make sure that the correct column is selected. And just to show you the file, test2.csv. So I just have one column. Now if there's two columns, both of them will pop up. Just select the appropriate one. And again, this is just dummy data. None of this data is true. But here you'll find a chart that I call the control chart. But what you need to care about is this message right here. Your inventory is out of control. And out of control means it's unpredictable. And then a list of areas that are potentially affecting the inventory. So this is our recommendation engine, which highlights the different areas that can cause your inventory to be out of control. Now, for all those Lean Six Sigma belts out there, you'll be very familiar with this sort of a chart. It's called the Ishikawa. But for those of you that aren't familiar, it basically just gives you the possible reasons that your inventory control is it's out of control. So these are the areas you can look at, and I'll show you just a couple that you can actually start analyzing yourself. But first, now you can actually simulate the effect of reducing your inventory variance and basically taking this number down to see how much cash you can free up. And this will also give you an ideal stocking amount based on historical data. So we need to add that in there, but again, our actual version has this. This is just a freebie that we've thrown out there to get feedback and give you guys a teaser of what to expect from the actual application. So let's start off. So our average, let's say 10, because 9.8 isn't sufficient. Our standard deviation, let's say 6. And now it's going to generate a slider bar like this one. Let's say the standard cost is, let's say $600 or $560 per item. And here you'll have to make some sort of a selection because it's not necessarily, it won't let you analyze until you've selected a sort of variance. So let's say reducing our variance from 6 is the max to 5. So how much cash can I free up? And again, these are just tools for you to play around with. So ideal stocking level 22. So you can compare this to what you're stocking at just to see if you're within the appropriate range, or if you're having stock out issues, then with 22 you'll never have a stock out. You can save $1,100 roughly by reducing variance to 5, and then about $362 in additional carrying costs which are related to inventory. Now let's say we know our inventory is out of control, and we want to analyze our logistics to see how well our logistics is performing, because this is tied into our inventory. So now click here, open link in new tab. And again, just a video tutorial. It's pretty straightforward, similar to inventory. The algorithm is just more specific to logistics. So I have a file called logistics.csv. It's similar, and in this case, you'll see I'll have multiple columns. So I have a column called order date, delivery date, and then delta. Now order date and delivery date aren't the columns I want to analyze for obvious reasons that it's not really going to tell me anything. So let's analyze the delta. So the delta, the logistics situation it's not too bad. It can be improved, but it's not causing harm to the business. And here's your mean logistics delivery time with a standard deviation. So these can be reduced, and for our other cases, we do have for our deeper analytics engine, we have an app that actually gives you a predictable model based on these numbers, what you should expect your delivery times to be. And here are some of the reasons that could be affecting your delivery times. Our deeper version, next level analytics, actually gives you each one to analyze as well as shows those to you real time. But this is just part of the process. Now say we want to look at manufacturing quality, because here we've actually said, okay, manufacturing and manufacturing quality is could be another reason. You open link in new tab. It's taking a little bit of time because of the internet. Voila, it's here. And all of these are the idea is pretty similar the way you upload data. Oops, I guess I don't have manufacturing quality information. So let's just use a test file. It's just a generic file, just to show you what exactly, and I believe this one doesn't have headers. So just using the test file, it gives you how well your production quality is, how it's varying. This is primarily taking into account the dimensions or the dimensional checks that we do. Of course, you can do a good or bad analysis as well, and that's included in our next level analytics engine. But this is just a quick way, and this app is free, by the way, for you to start at your inventory and then figure out possible causes in your systems. Figure out your ideal stocking level based on current scenarios, and then work on reducing your variance or bringing the inventory in control by focusing on these areas. And we've given you a slight teaser on how to analyze these as well, and then drill down into the actual root cause of the problem. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. I would love to get your feedback, and stay tuned for our advanced analytics, which we have built, and we would love to demo it with you. Thank you. Bye-bye.